That was a cold open. What just happened, probably. So we're still playing Night in the Woods, and we're going to talk to our dad, who kind of reminds me of my dad, which is weird. Like,
got the generic dad thing going.
Did you guys see Get Out?
Yeah.
That movie's so good. So fucking good. But in the early part of the movie, when they first meet the parents, they remind me of my parents. It fucks me up really hard. Just so much. I want to talk to Dad.
I like I know who the actors are that play the parents.
Yeah.
I think that was a really good, really cool choice.
Who was the dad?
Was the
he played
Shooter?
Not Shooter.
Not Shooter McGavin.
He played
Billy Madison.
In Billy Madison, the bad guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that's who it was, but he was bald.
There are a few things hanging from around here from the old country. This clock, the trunk in the storage room, and whatever is buried under the house and the cement incident. This thing goes off randomly every month or so. Little wooden duck pops out, makes the weirdest sound. Scares Dad half to death every time. Used to joke it was Granddad acting or getting even with him from beyond the grave. When I was younger, I wanted an attic room so bad.
Oh, yeah.
Because I thought it was cool. And our house, the attic was non-existent. I've never been in the attic of my house. Yeah. My parents could be murderers and
they could just have body parts.
And just have body parts up there, and I have no idea. I like the poster for Witch Dagger. Yeah, though going back to my parents' house is weird, and they live 5 minutes away, and it's still every time I go back, I'm like, I don't live here anymore. I wonder what my parents do when I'm not around. Just hang out.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Got my base. I just like to do jumps. If a game has jumping in it, I'm gonna jump all the time.
Jumping downstairs.
Honey, or do I want to be the mom?
Honey!
Yeah?
Come see you in the kitchen before you leave.
Okay.
See me in the kitchen.
Come see the kitchen.
Come see the kitchen. No guy talk to you.
Hi, Mom.
Welcome home, sweetie.
Thanks for not changing the locks.
Sorry we mixed up the day you were coming back. It was such short notice.
It's okay, Mom.
May, honey?
Yeah?
Is everything okay?
We're gonna do this one. What do you mean?
Honey, did something happen?
To pull my sock. I just needed to come home.
Well, sweetie, I think you can understand my worry. That's not usually something a college sophomore just up and does.
I know.
Honey, you can tell me if something happened.
Mom, I'm fine. Really. Can we talk about this another time?
Sure, honey. It's okay.
Thanks, Mom.
I bet you your old friends will be happy to see you.
You wouldn't happen to know where Greg is, would you?
Oh yeah, Greg's working down at the Snack Falcon. Up in town center. West by
I want a Snack Falcon.
Yeah, Snack Falcon sounds dope. We have a Snack Falcon now?
Oh yeah, it's so handy. You know, ever since the food donkey went out.
The food donkey is gone?
Oh yeah, going on almost a year now.
Wow. Where does everyone shop?
Everyone goes out to the Ham Panther. Out by the highway now. But I see your little fried friend. Your little fried friend.
Your little fried friend.
The little pothead.
Wow. The food donkey's gone? We have a Snack Falcon?
It's a whole new world, sweetie. Sounds like Longmont.
Yeah.
We have a new shopping center.
When they put in the new fucking movie theater, it was like, whoa. what is happening?
Well, have a good time out there. Lots to explore. See what's changed.
I will.
Just watch out for all the construction.
Well, it wouldn't be fall in Possum Springs without loads of construction.
What?
It's so festive, honey.
I'll be back later.
Bye, sweetie.
Talk to Mom a little bit more. She's reading the book. So, what's been happening in town?
Well, let's see. Did you hear Mrs. Krangler died?
Who?
You remember Mrs. Krangler. She taught your Girl Scout troop how to dance.
I have this moment with my mom a lot, and I think it's like a universal thing where my mom thinks I remember people that I have no like bearing on my life whatsoever.
Yeah.
And she'll just be like, "Oh, I talked to Nancy Williams the other day," and I'm just like, "Who's Nancy Williams?" She's like, "You know Nancy Williams. She taught you in 2nd grade, and then you went to science camp with her son." And I'll be like, and my response is like, always, "Oh yeah, Nancy Williams," like just to like not have a whole, not to have a whole conversation where my mom recounts every moment I've ever met a person that has no bearing on my life. So I'm just like, "Oh yeah, Nancy Williams, how is she?" Like, when in my head I'm just like, "I don't know who the fuck that is." Like,
my mom will do that with like old people that we went to church with.
Yeah.
She'll spout off someone's name, and I'm like, "Mom, there's like 5 families of people that I remember fondly from my days of a churchgoer. Everyone else, just act like I don't. Act like I have no idea who they are."
Oh, she was ancient, honey. She was ancient when I was your age.
how did she die?
She was old.
Yeah.
From being ancient, honey.
How old was she?
115.
Jeez.
Wow.
I know. If this were a contest, she'd have won.
There's one more. Because the more you talk to people, the more you fill out your notebook.
Honey, you've got to read this book when I'm done with it.
My mom also does this. What is it?
Well, boy, it's a true story about a boy who grew up in a well. His parents didn't want him, so they threw him in a well. And he was raised by eels.
Sounds terrifying.
In a well.
Wow.
Eels.
Eels.
Eels, honey.
That's all we got more.
Eels, honey. Eels.
Okay, that's it. So it's got our
Mom,
eels. Eels, honey. Part 1. Home again.
Home again. Music gets everywhere.
Music, it's everywhere.
Kill, kill, kill. FBI, freeze!
You can climb all the trees. I'm the squirrel now.
Don't you think it's weird that there are animals and they are also animals?
No, nobody thinks that.
Okay.
Moving on.
Well, sure as fall. All the road work crammed before winter makes half the town look inaccessible. Unless you want to walk the long way around for like 20 minutes.
I like to think.
Which, I mean, no.
I like to think that they have eye patches on instead of glasses. And
Yeah.
Shades.
Hey, Mr. Twigmeyer.
Ow.
Hey.
Mate,
Sure. We both went the same place, though.
Yeah.
Nope.
Well, it looks like me. but it smells like me.
I have a smell.
When you were a kid, Susan used to call you a little dirt ball.
I was a dirt ball.
You still are a dirt ball, I bet.
Cradle of the Grave, 100% dirt ball. I'll put that on a shirt.
That's the spirit.
See you around, Mr. Twigmeyer. Yeah, good end.
Well, that's in the fall. But
Well, you love fall stuff.
that's true.
Selmers.
What are you doing home?
Dropped out.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess.
So, like, you just don't go back?
That's about it.
Weird.
So, how have you been?
Okay. Me and Dennis split.
Oh no.
Yeah. He got a job at the new prison over in Brittle. God, that's so true. he met some girl at a gas station.
Wow, what a jerk.
He's a free agent.
I guess.
What's that word they use for like a weapon you make in jail?
Shiv.
Like a knife?
A shiv?
I hope Dennis gets shivved at work.
Oh my gosh.
Just to scare him. Scare him good.
That'd do it.
Scare him right in the kidney.
Okay, well, I gotta go.
Nice seeing you. Stop by anytime.
Look at all these people.
Oh, these people to talk to, and so many voices everybody has to do, not me. Hello.
What you doing on my porch?
I like how it's like the first person to get in there with a voice.
What you doing?
Hey, Mr. Chazikov.
Well, hello, me, my best worst student.
Should be Russian.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like the constellations? Like the constellations. Hated school.
Oh, okay, there you go. Don't knock school. School is vital for future. What are you doing back in Possum Springs?
I dropped out of school.
Oh. Well, if you're still interested in constellation, come by my roof down the hill later this week. Should have my new telescope set up I did.
Sure thing.
The most stereotypical
Stars.
Russian.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I gotta climb
A
this
Virgin
hill.
Mary cat.
We get to talk to these fun kids.
Ah,
Great.
God.
Hey, it's the Harleys. What are you doing?
Little Joe, you're under arrest.
Oh, wow. You'll still talk about Little Joe?
We used your DNA. Ghosts don't have DNA.
Ghosts don't have DNA.
Yeah, ghosts don't have DNA. Hey, lady, can you leave us alone? Lady, wow. Yeah, leave us alone, lady.
Lady! I like the way this cat looks. He's got like green eyes. Danny, right?
Yep.
I think you were a senior when I was a freshman?
Probably.
Sorry, I got a message on Discord right as we're doing this, and it just says, new band name, Carrot Cake for Dogs. How's it going?
Just lost my job.
Oh, no.
They say construction's always hiring, but it's not. In fact, it's often laying off guys named Dan.
What are you going to do?
I'm open to suggestions.
I'm sure someone in town is hiring.
I've been out of work for a year before, and this time I only lasted 6 months before being laid off. Do you know what that does to a resume?
Not really.
I have a zombie resume. It's dead, but somehow it's still going all over the place.
Oh. Good. I don't have a job either.
Oh man, sorry to talk your ear off about it. How are you holding up?
Good. Just dropped out of college and now I'm living with my parents.
Oh. So you're basically a teenager again.
No. I'm just an adult living with her parents.
Oh, okay. So it's not like you're unemployed. It's like you're lacking a daytime hobby that pays money you don't need to rent.
All right. I'm going to get going.
Yeah.
The guy spit truth. We couldn't handle it.
Right?
Yeah.
That conversation was like a moment where I was like, fuck. Like, I feel that feeling of just like, oh yeah, I'm in my 20s and I'm with my parents and I don't have a job and I don't pay rent and I'm just a fucking teenager again still.
I think it'd be one thing, because like if your parents made you pay rent, or they like, because when I moved back in, my parents were like, "You're just gonna have more responsibilities around the house,"
Yeah.
and I was like, "All right, that's fine."
Brian shot the TV with a dart half-assedly, just like,
Right.
thump.
Just barely cocked it.
The art in this is really awesome.
Yeah, it's really cute. It's got that like no outline style. Oh, I love this dog. He makes pierogies. Hey, I just got back in town. And the one thing I missed most was
Hey. I remember you.
Hello.
Thief.
Oh, come on. That was years ago.
Once a thief, always a thief.
All right, you know what? This isn't even a restaurant. It's a crappy food stand in a hole.
This establishment has been in business for 50 years.
50 crappy years in a hole. You know what else has been in a hole for 50 years? Dead people from the 60s.
No respect. No respect, this one.
You can keep your whole pretzels in your damp pierogies.
Yeah. Go jump in the river.
I love that talk. Delicious pretzels.
Steal one.
I wish you could. I tried so hard to steal one when I first played.
Well, that's a giant... Oh, it's a mural.
Yes, the kids. I love these kids. Hey, teens.
Hey.
What are you guys doing?
Nothing.
Cool.
Go!
Cool that people still hang around down here. They used to do that when I was in high school.
Yeah.
He had gauges in.
Yeah.
Cat.
I wasn't in high school that long ago, you know.
How old are you?
20.
Oh, so you can't buy beer.
No.
Do you have a car?
No. Let's go there.
Well, see you later.
I don't want to talk to me anymore. It's like, hey, teenagers. There's a lot of...
That's a cool place to have a restaurant.
Yeah, down like in a river pass.
Yeah.
Pretzels and pierogies.
50 years.
Hey!
This is the Bryan Show.
The Bryan Show!
I'm Bryan.
I'm Bryan. I'm Raccoon.
Raccoon!
Raccoon.
In the daytime. It's not good.
What? Where exactly are you planning on going? I don't know. Ham Panther? But honey, you're only gonna get minimum there. And I hear they're murder. This place is murder.
Have any of you guys worked at a call center before?
Yes.
I also have, and it is fucking hell.
It's
I couldn't
the
do
worst. It's the worst.
They fired me, and that was like I was okay with it.
Yeah.
Because I did not do my job. Like, and the day I got fired, they were like, Brett, can we speak to you in the office, please? And I was like, sure. And they walked off. They didn't like walk me there. And I got up and I turned to the dude who was next to me in the cubicle and I was like, I'm getting fired today. And like, I walked up and they're like, due to poor performance and we've been catching you sleeping multiple times, we're gonna have to let you go. And I was like, okay, can I get my last check? And they're like, sure, just clean out your desk. I was like, I don't bring anything to work. And I walked away.
How long was that?
It was like a month.
Uh-huh.
Like a month. And
That's about average.
yeah. And it was just not the job for me. My friend got me the job because I needed one. Mm-hmm. And it was like a wake up at 6 a.m. call center at his job, and it was just not my kind of job.
No.
I worked in a call center where we took orders from old ladies for return address labels, like stickers, and we also ran the Garfield catalog. Oh no, the Peanuts catalog.
Oh.
So, and there are times when I just could not handle talking to people on the phones. I'm like, can I just do order entry today, please? And they're like, okay. And all that is you're just entering orders.
Yeah.
Data entry. And there are other days when I'm like, can I just please go work in the warehouse, please? And they're like, yeah, sure. But all the time, like my buddy Chris got me the job, and my friend Jason worked there for like 2 months. It was great because I was like, I'm working with my two best friends, and then they both quit because they're like, that job sucks. And I've like, just the way my parents raised me, I'm just like, I'm just not gonna quit a job just because it sucks. Like I need to,
Same.
Like I have bills and shit, and but I would, my dad would drop me off at work, and then I'd go into the break room, and I'd call in sick from the break room, be like, oh, I'm homesick, I can't make it in. And then I'd call Chris, and Chris would come pick me up, and we'd go to movies and shit all day. and my parents don't know this. But I lasted about 6 months, and I never really got in trouble. I just they were just like, Matt, you're sick a lot. I'm like, oh yeah, it's always been this thing. I did go on break once, and I fell asleep on break in the break room. And it's funny, the supervisor came and she was like, touched my knee. She's like, Matt. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm like, she's like, you've only been asleep for 40 minutes. It's okay. You need to go home. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
They were very understanding. I took advantage of them a lot.
When I was a janitor at University of Kansas, everyone there in my building had this regimen where they're like, right away you hit all of the rooms on your floor, clean them before all the students get there. But once that's done, from 5 to 7, you go to your little den and you sleep. And like there was one time where like I would have like all these like newspapers that I would collect and like just have a pile where I could just like prop my feet up and then put my head on those papers. And then I found out that like if you are reading, you could use those as blankets. Newspapers keep you really warm. It's like,
that's why the homeless do it.
Yeah, Brian's basically figuring out things that homeless people figure out.
And I'm like, okay. There was one time where like my door opened. I still don't know if it were like a dream or something, but I swear it was real. But like, I don't know if you have this experience where you're basically just paralyzed.
Yeah,
like,
sleep paralysis. Yeah.
Right, but like my eyes wouldn't open, but my body tried to act like I was doing shit. So I like took my feet down and went
Zombie Bryan, basically.
yeah, and then I heard the door close quietly. Like,
oh my God!
The thing is,
like your own body Weekend at Bernie's you.
Right. But like, so like you have your own den and therefore your own key, and no one else can get into your den. Unless it's a manager or something. So some manager saw me and just like, oh, okay.
He's alive.
Right.
I worked at Target for like what felt like forever, but was actually less than a year.
Uh-huh.
And like thinking about it is so fucking weird because like.
Did it get worse as the time went on? Or
well, like when I started, I had this like weird thing in my head, which was like, I'm not gonna make any fucking friends. I'm just gonna go to work and I'm gonna fucking leave. Yeah. Which is a lie because like a natural inclination as a social animal is to kind of like, if you're sharing a shitty experience with people nearby, is to kind of like latch.
Sorry.
How dare you? It's to latch onto those people. Right. So I made a couple of friends, but I remember the first week I worked. My manager at the time was like, so how you liking it here? And I was like, it's all right. And he was like, just all right, you're not having fun? And I was like, hey man, cardboard boxes aren't my life. Like, and he looked at me with like a wry smile. I was like, we'll change that. And he walked away. God. He walked away, and I had this moment of like, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. Like, and as time went on, like people started to get to like know me better and knew that I was like weird. But I always have this rule where I don't add people I work with to my Facebook. I don't add my family, and I don't add people I work with. And I used to like in my head think that it was just like, oh, it's just like a thing that I do to kind of like distance myself from people I work with. And part of me was just like, yeah, but also you're real gay on your Facebook sometimes. And I just don't want to talk to people at work about that shit. Like, I don't need someone coming to work like, hey, Brett, I saw on your Facebook that you dress like a slut. Like, and just be like, yeah, I guess.
That's what you want to call it.
Is that what you want to call it? I guess. But as like time went on, I started like meeting more people. But I also started giving a shit less about that job. And I would just like. I would take extra 15 minutes on my breaks and sleep all the time and like go to the bathroom and like fucking. And then when I left, they wanted to keep me and they were trying so hard to keep me. And I was like, why do you guys want me to stay? I was not good at my job and I actively found ways not to do it. I can tell you that now because I'm quitting and never coming back. Like, and I didn't go through to the last 3 days of my work that I was scheduled because I didn't want to because fuck it. And I went because I still was dating Jess, and I had to like go pick her up and shit. And I still go to that Target because it's nearby, and people still say hi and everything. But when I came back, I saw one of my old managers, Bryan, and he was just like, "Hey, dude, how's it going?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's going pretty good. How are you?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm good." And he looked at me, he's like, "So you didn't come to your last 3 shifts?" And I was like, "Nope."
And then you're like, "Is this keeping you up at night?"
Yeah. And he was like, "Why not?" And I was like, "Bryan, we've known each other for like almost a year now, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't want to." And he's like, "That sucks, man." And he's like, "Because like if you ever want to get hired back because of that, we probably can't do it." And I was like, "Bryan, once again, we've known each other for a while, and you know me, and I'm an honest person. If I have to come back, I will eat bullets first." And he was just like, "That's a mean thing to say." And I was like, it's not against you or anything like that. It's more of the shame. Like, I don't want to come back with my tail between my legs. So I would rather, like, either eat bullets or go get a job at a Walmart because I look better in blue than I do in red. Like, I want to get to Greg before we finish.
Hey, killer.
Ugh, don't call me that. Who are you?
Lori M.
How do you even know about the killer thing?
It was a big deal even to us middle schoolers.
And what do the middle schoolers say?
You put him in the hospital, and no one knows why. Did he, like, have it coming or something?
No.
Look the look on her face.
Yeah.
Our mothers told us
I
not
like
to
how
talk
her
to
head
you.
bounces a little.
Yeah.
And May's just like,
Yeah. Because no one knew when you were going to do it again.
"Well, say hi to your mom for me. She sounds lovely."
Oh, she's gone.
Oh. Sorry.
It's fine.
Yeesh. We're going to get to the snack pocket. Big skeleton.
Big skeleton.
We're going to get to the snack pocket, and then we'll meet Greg on the next episode.
Greg.
Video Outpost 2. Have you ever had stores that do that? The TOO? Like it's the second location in town, and then they do a TOO.
No. Do they do that long one?
Yep.
Is that like 2 or like also?
Yeah, exactly.
This is an error so bad even I wouldn't have made it.
Or-
Also, where was the other Video Outpost?
Possibilities.
This is something I know all too well, is like an Italian restaurant hooked up to something that is not an Italian restaurant.
You know what's weird is I see in Aurora, like there's been 2 or 3 things of it. I don't know, I'm missing the word, but there's like a pizza place next to a cremation place.
Yeah.
In Aurora.
Same ovens.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like really weird. Miller's, the bar.
It's almost 5. Quitting time. Kick back some brews and watch the smelters. Yep.
I wonder if this is supposed to be
Snack pocket.
Oh, like
Pennsylvania.
Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
only like Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
But I guess it could only be any like mill kind of town.
Yeah.
All right, so here's the snack falcon, and our friend Greg is inside, and we're gonna meet him.
All right,
Next
sweet.
episode. These episodes are going long because we keep going on tangents
Yeah,
about our
yeah.
hometowns. Big skeleton.
Biggest